I rode a bicycle down to the park and sat on the swings and swung till dark. I lifted my head and sang to the sky and sat back and thought about junior high. I know it won't be forever, but I held it together and held you closer than ever.
When I was 15, 16, and 17, I put my bike in boxes and flew to Quebec and sometimes Edmonton or Canmore. I raced in bike races in these places, pedaling through the woods between strips of white or yellow tape. When I was 15, 16, and 17, this is what mattered to me. I rode my bike up and down hills at home in Squamish while listening to music through headphones. Sometimes when I was breathing very hard, the music would sync perfectly to the cadence of breathing, heartbeat, and I would feel a rush of adrenaline or some sort of chemical, a kind of tingling in my hands and legs. Sometimes now, after work, I can lie in bed and listen to the same songs and feel the tingling just lying there in bed. I like that. Both my parents ride bikes now. They're here. They started when I started. They started to ride bikes when I did, but I don't exercise much anymore. Sometimes I think about my dad and I put on my running shoes and put in headphones and go running and I listen to the same songs and think about my dad and cycling. The same songs go on and I speed up and run fast. Sometimes I get the tingling feeling, some chemical, and sometimes I don't. Usually I get tired and I start to walk and I take out my headphones and walk home. I wrote this story today and while writing it I cried.
Bicycle up to the roof so I could see the TV in the neighbor's room. I thought that I had the desire to know the name of the guy on that one TV show. I know it won't be forever, but I held it together and held you closer than ever.
Dear Bicycle, your frame is baddest James Bond silver. Aston Martin sleek without the machine guns, invisibility, or hot babes in the passenger seat. But as for special abilities, you put the wind in my hair, making me feel like the most lethal vegetarian international man of mystery and supervillain's nightmare. As for hot babes, well, you didn't necessarily get me anywhere with that, but I know you'll let me get the girl who gets me. I have scraped my knees by your failures, and your chains have rusted by mine. We're badass like that. Our scraped knee and rusted chain combination screaming at top speed, outrunning the police because I have committed the ultimate sin in Vancouver and forgotten to wear my helmet. Yeah, we're like a West Coast rendition of Butch and Sundance, only with less criminal mystique and more awkward fashion riding up the crotch of my pants. Dear Bicycle, my trusty steed in this lifelong race, we've got a whole world to overtake, and you, my silver stallion, for all your loose and screwy parts and that infuriating way that you confine me to the third and most difficult gear when I'm climbing uphill. That aside, you are irreplaceable.
I threw my bicycle into a dump and told all my friends that I had a hunch that that it was unlucky for some silly reason. Now I sit in the swings in the rainy season. I know it won't be but I have it together, much closer than ever. I know it won't be forever, but I have it together, much closer than ever.
Yeah!